Hello everybody and welcome to today's video tutorial. Today we'll be showing you how to censor things in HitFilm 4 Express. So firstly I want to say that yes, I will be uploading an explosion tutorial and that will be coming, but today we're just going to be focusing on the censorship. So this is quite easy and I'm going to rate it 2 stars out of 5 on the difficulty scale. So there are 2 types of censorship. First, there's the one where you can blur out number plates and faces and that sort of thing, and the second one is where you swear and you need to but you need to beep out the swear words. So we're going to be having a look at the first type first of all, which is the number plates and the faces. So this is quite a simple process. All you have to do is you have to search for the witness protection effect, which is in the distort section, and just drag it onto your video. You can see that now we've got this little pixelated blurry bit which we can drag around. I'm just going to move it over to my number plate, and we can set the size for it to be much bigger, much smaller. We can set the edges to be much softer. We can also go into the method right here, which can be blur or pixelate. Now pixelate works really well, but if you blur, you might want to blur it a lot more and have a much larger blur radius. But pixelate works great, and you can also adjust the block size and the randomize, which is like the noise. You can also adjust the shape. So for example, I might want to have it not quite so tall because I don't need it to be. I'm just blowing out the number plate, and that way it's in a better shape. Also change the rotation, that sort of thing, and the position you can use here as well. So that's the basics of the witness protection effect. Now it's not only for cars. Here we've got this video of 2 people talking. Actually it's just one person talking and one person listening, but nevertheless we can use the witness protection effect on them as well. Now here we've got something a bit different. Here we've got stock footage of this guy running, and let's say we want to blur this person out. It's going to be a little bit harder because he's moving. So we can apply the witness protection effect as normal. We can drag it on top of his face, but what will happen is that as we play the video, he'll move out of it and we'll be able to see his face. So I'm just going to go into a point in the video where I can put the witness protection effect on him. I'm just going to open up this right here, and under the position, there are 2 things we can do to animate the position. First of all, we can animate the center. So we can hit the keyframe button right here, and if you don't know how to use keyframes, I've got a video on that which I'll link up in the description. But you can just keyframe the position, and at certain points you can just move it around. And once you finish keyframing, you'll be able to make the position of the blur move around with the person's face or with the car's number plate, etc. Alternatively, you can use a layer. So I'm just going to copy these keyframes. I'm going to create a new point layer. I'm just going to go to the frame where these keyframes start, and under the position I'm just going to paste these keyframes. So now the point is exactly where I set those keyframes to be before. Now you can use a point if, for example, you motion tracked it, and that makes it much easier to really accurately do it. Or alternatively, if you do it like this, you can change it up and use this point for multiple things as well. So you can just use the layer, the new point, and set the center to be 0, 0. And it'll begin following the person based on the keyframes in this point here. And now it's time for the second type of censorship, which is the sound censorship, when you beep out words that should not have been said. So let's have a listen to this wonderful story of my day at the park.
So I was at the park, right? And then there was just this flipping duck there. And all this duck did, he was just flipping staring at me the whole time. So flipping annoying. So I don't know what to do, I just walked away.
What a brilliant story. There's quite a common repetition of the word flipping. So we need to go ahead and censor that out because some of our viewers, I know, might find that extremely offensive. All we have to do is cut the video in the parts where I swear that we want to beep out. So I'm just going to zoom into the timeline a little bit. Now go ahead and click on this slice tool right here and just slice it at that position and go to where it finishes. And we should have our flip all isolated. Now a good way to check this is because it's on different layers. In the audio here, you can just set the level to be -60 and just see how it plays back.
And then there was just this duck there. And all this dog did.
Alright, so that works pretty well, and I'm just going to repeat this for all of the flippings that I find in this video. So now I've done it all, and we're just going to play it back with all of the censored bits, or bits that I want to censor out, with no volume.
So I was at the park, right? And then there was just this duck there. And all this duck did, he was just staring at me the whole time. So annoying. So I don't know what to do, I just walked away.
And so now, what we're going to do is just for each of these, we're just going to set the volume back to something like 0. And all you're going to have to do is now search up for the tone effect. And just drag it onto one of your sensors. Just drag it on like so. Now make sure you don't play it without knowing, because it is quite loud and you might damage your ears. So I'm just going to set the tone to be 1000 Hertz its frequency. And that's the standard censorship tone. But if you want it to be higher frequency or lower in pitch, then you can also adjust that right there as well. I'm just going to lower the volume of this a bit because it's quite loud, and we're just going to play it back with the volume of the computer decreased a little bit as well.
And then there was just this duck there. And all this...
Pretty good, right? So all you have to do is now copy this effect onto each of these. So let's just play this back with all of the naughty swear words bleeped out.
So I was at the park, right? And then there was just this duck there. And all this duck did, he was just staring at me the whole time. So annoying. So I don't know what to do, I just walked away.
And that's my majestic story. And there you have it, guys. That's how you do censorship in HitFilm 4 Express, with the blurring out of faces and number plates, and also with the sound swearing. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay flipping shiny. Bye.